The virtual reality project was an initiative that kind of happened coincidentally. I was having this discussion with a team in University of Melbourne. They were using virtual reality for workforce recruitment in their medical school. So that idea of virtual reality had been in my head, but I didn't know how to actualize that. How can we use this idea to promote our own clinical school?
There was that issue, the issue of attracting medical staff to rural Australia, rural and regional Australia. So we found that for a lot of healthcare staff in the metro areas, they really did not understand what life was like in rural Australia. They had some anecdotal evidence. Sometimes they just had things that were outrightly false. So we needed to do this project to clarify and provide an objective basis for people to decide on what they want to do if they choose to pursue a career in rural Australia.
There have been so many initiatives that government has put in place to encourage people to go rural. And those haven't had great impact. You need a very long time to start looking at what these initiatives will generate. If people get an idea of what it looks like working rurally, before they go there, maybe we can streamline their expectations. So we get on that view of what Bathurst is like before they make that decision. And that's really where it has changed the game forward, because then people then say, look, I'm going to spend 1 year here because I know there are things like this that I'm going to benefit from. There's lifestyle, there's social life, there's nightlife, there are train stations, there are religious places that I can worship. These are things that matter to people. So I guess it really gives people a realistic expectation of what it looks like working rurally. And that's where this project all came about.
After the whole process of planning the study, going out, following with the clinicians to capture their day, going out in the community to get footage of life in Bathurst from clinician or the healthcare professional and their partners and their families. We took these videos, put into the headset to Metro, to conferences, to where we could find a gathering of medical students and medical professionals and showed them this experience.
So when we were doing this, when we went out for the research itself, we needed to know what people's perspective about rural was before they saw the video. We also checked their perspective after they saw the video using a questionnaire, and we did some interviews afterwards. So what we found was about 85% of those who watched this video changed their opinion about rural or said, I'm open to go rural now. So that is more like people who never knew what Bathurst looks like. They didn't know they could find similar lifestyle in Sydney as they would in the rural place. So all those myths, we're able to debunk them.
So we realized that when they saw by themselves, immersed in that environment of Bathurst, it really changed their perception of what a rural career looks like. For a lot of them, they realized that they could enjoy the peace and quiet of life in rural Australia while having the same amenities and facilities, infrastructure they thought they would be missing if they left Sydney or metro areas. So for a lot of them, it was an eye-opener.
Because people did not know what it looked like beyond the Blue Mountains. So but they could see that and see that Bathurst was a town that was welcoming, a friendly community, and that there were hospitals that they could walk in and feel welcomed. That really resonated in the minds of people that we showed it to.
So we now see that they are now having Bathurst in their mind if they choose to pursue a regional or rural career. So that has been the big impact of this project. While we've been showing these videos, a lot of people who got to see what we're doing realized that this could be very helpful in their area. So if there's something you want to show, and there's a challenge of bringing people from wherever they are into that space, contact us and get your own VR experience created so they can be there without being there.